Abraham in the parshiot is basically spread over two parshas, Lech Lecha and Vayera. And the parshas of Lech Lecha and Vayera mirror each other, mirror different parts of Abraham's life. And at the end of parshas Lech Lecha, he gets his first mitzvah, which is to circumcise himself. And for everything in Lech Lecha up to this point, he's doing it from his own avodah. He's not doing a mitzvah. He's serving God the way that he thinks that he should serve God. And only now, at the end of the parsha, can he reach a higher level, which is actually doing the mitzvah. Now, what is a mitzvah? A mitzvah is how you bind yourself to God. You become God by doing the mitzvah. So for Abraham, had a level of avodas Hashem that never reached that pinnacle of being God until the end of Lech Lecha, and therefore the next parsha starts off with Vayera and Yisok. The level of seeing is on a higher level than the level of hearing or doing, and that connection. So Abraham did the mitzvah, and now he's on the level of seeing, and therefore everything after that point in his life takes on an entirely different cause and effect. So step one being Lech Lecha, you change your life based on the calling of God. Then that brings you to eventually doing the mitzvah, and then that mitzvah creates the true unity between you and God. So in Lech Lecha, he has a son called Yishmael, but that's not his real inheritor. It's not his real reflection of his inner self, which is Yitzchak, and that doesn't happen until after the mitzvah, until Parshas Vayera. So in each parsha, he has a son. One is on a lower physical level, and the next is on a higher spiritual, intrinsic level. In both parshias, he comes and helps Sodom. In the first, physically fights the kings. So the Lech Lecha being that physical representation, but really he's doing the same thing in Vayera when he's talking to God and trying to save Sodom with his arguments. But rather than physically getting involved and physically saving Sodom, he's battling the din of God on the higher level. So Vayera, after the mitzvah, he's trying to change the intrinsic universe as opposed to fighting kings. The gematria of Lech Lecha is 100. And the parsha of Lech Lecha goes up to the 100th year of Avram's life. And he lived 175 years, and the last 75 years are in Parsha Vayera. And the first 75 are, it's not the first 75 that, because when he's 75, Parsha opens, so it's only for 25 years. But the Lech Lecha part of Abraham's life is only until he's 100, until he has that mitzvah. And then that part of his life is completely transformed. And now he's like living his life again. As the reflections in Vayera, a lot happened in Lech Lecha. It's just re-happening now on a higher level. So if Lech Lecha is 100, because the Lech Lecha part of Abraham's life was only 100 years, and the last 75 years is on the level of Vayera. That got one with God and was on the level of seeing.